And welcome back to Fast Money. Look at that. Shares of Rivian and Lucid actually pulling back today. Is that allowed? For what's been a monster run for the two electric vehicle startups, it was Rivian's first down day ever, although it's only been a public company for a week. But let's be clear, even with today's sell-off, these stocks have been hotter than a Barstow charging station. So let's round it out. Phil LeBeau joining us now with an EV roundup on some red-hot names. Phil.
And they're still hot right now, Brian. And when you look at the market caps of Rivian and Lucid and compare them with GM and Ford, look, they are still trading at very lofty valuations. And yes, Lucid briefly surpassed General Motors in terms of market cap for a very brief moment earlier today. Now it's back at $85 billion, still a higher market cap than Ford. But for General Motors, today is a huge day. The stock hit an all-time high, and they also opened Factory Zero. This is in Hamtramck, Michigan. It's their first EV-only plant. Look, a few years ago, they were building Chevy Impalas here. Now they're building the electric Hummer. First delivery of those happened by the end of this year. And earlier today, the president of GM told us this is just the beginning of more EVs to come.
We have close to 500,000 people who have raised their hands for Hummers and Lyrics as we come out of the chute, and this is just the beginning.
General Motors plans to sell 30 EVs by 2025 as they ramp up. And by the way, they make it clear time and again they believe that they will surpass Tesla in terms of having market leadership when it comes to electric vehicles. Speaking of the Hummer, within the last hour, the President of the United States took the Hummer EV for a drive. Now, he's there touting his infrastructure bill, but they also said, hey, Mr. President, would you like to drive the Hummer? This is the video General Motors is looking for. And afterwards, he said, well, it's one hell of a vehicle. I'm not sure he got it as fast as it can go, which is 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. But for General Motors, they just wanted to see some shots of the president in the Hummer. Remember, he drove the F-150 Lightning, and that got a lot of attention for Ford's electric pickup truck that's on the way. As you take a look at shares of GM and Tesla, keep in mind, the reason we're showing you this is that in terms of the global market share, Tesla is still the leader. It has about 19% of the global EV market share. General Motors has 11%. But a good chunk of that, by the way, Brian, is because General Motors has a very popular low-cost electric vehicle in China. Tesla's in a totally different market. We'll see how this changes over the next couple of years as GM ramps up its EV sales.
Yeah, and right now, some of these cars, I think the Hummer, Phil, is going to start at like $115,000. The Lucid
the first
Dream
edition
is
ones,
$180,000. The Rivian's $80,000. I mean, most of these cars are still pretty doggone expensive. Of course, you have a tax
very
credit.
expensive. And look, that's the limited editions at the top. They expect the prices to come down, but we're far from what we would consider a mass market, under $40,000.
Yeah, long way there. But there is the tax credit, I think, goes to $12,500 in the Build Back Better plan, assuming that passes as well.
Yep.
Phil LeBeau, some big numbers there, some big cars, by the way. Good looking, too.